Hello, my dear friends. How are you? Little ones? Okay? No problem so far? Fine. So, we have seen 15 uses of the definite article the. Okay. Now we move on to the 16th use. 16th use. You know what is that? This is very interesting. You have seen hospital? You have seen hospital? You have seen school, temple, church, prison. These are all public buildings, isn't it? Buildings for public use, you can say. You study in a school. Somebody, your relatives may be a doctor in a hospital, or a patient in a hospital, or you visit a hospital. Your friends may be sick, or you go to prisons to comfort them, to celebrate Christmas or Deepavali, isn't it? You go to church for praying. You go to temple for praying. Now these buildings, you must use the. See, you will say like this, the church. See that? You will say the hospital. The prison, the church, the hospital, the prison, the school. You have to say the temple. You have to say the temple. See that? These are buildings. You have to say. You have to use the. If you are thinking about the building, not the function of the building. You are going to the building of the hospital, should say the hospital. You are going to the building, see that? Then you have to say the. Suppose you are not going to the building, see that? You are going to enjoy the function of that building. See? For example, we will say like this. We will say the architect went to the church to repair it. Or the engineer goes to the church for repairing it. But the faithful means the people who are religious go to church to pray. Do you see the difference? To the church and to church. What is the meaning? When you say go to the church, he is going there to see the building, to see whether there is any repair is required. Or you can say the visitors go to the church, but the faithful go to church. See the difference? Okay? Again you can see hospital. You can see this. Visitors. Visitors go to the hospital. The patients go to hospital. Did you see the difference? Did you get the difference? Yes. Here it means the visitors go to the hospital. They are going to see somebody there. The function of the hospital is treatment of patients. So the patients go to hospital. Did you get it? Yes. Again you can see prison. The policeman go to the prison, but the thief is put inside the prison. Inside prison. See, the policeman go to the prison, or the visitors go to the prison, but the thief is put in prison. See the difference? So when you say to the prison, policeman, it is not his function to stay inside. Isn't it? It is not meant for policeman to stay there. But the function is thief is put in prison. Not the building. Building is not the important thing there. Same with the school. See that? You can see parents go to the school. But students go to school. Did you get the difference? Parents, what is the function of the school? The function of the school is studying, learning. Parents go to school to visit maybe your class teacher or the headmaster. But you go to school, function, to study, to learn. So in that case, there is no need to use the. Do you get the point? To school, to the school. In prison, the prison. The hospital, hospital. See the difference? Okay? So same with temple. The pious people go to temple, but visitors go to the temple. Visitors are going and seeing, this is a good thing, that's a good thing. They say, oh, this is wonderful. But what about the faithful or the religious people or those who believe in Hindu religion, those who want to pray? They go to temple for praying. They go to temple. But the other one is they go to the temple. When you say the, you are thinking about the building only. But when you say without the, then you are going there for what purpose that building stands. It's the purpose, not the building. So without the, it is purpose. See, the patient go to hospital. That's the purpose. The faithful go to church. The purpose praying. The engineer goes to the church. Not for praying, but for repairing. You see? The policeman goes to the prison. He is going to the prison to see everything is all right. Or the warden. The thief is put in prison. The purpose of the prison. The purpose of the building. So if the parents go to the school, they are not going there for the purpose. What is the purpose? Studying. Now students go to school. That is the purpose of the school. So if you mean the purpose of the building, then no need of using the. Suppose you mean the building, then you have to use the. Understand? So that is the 15th, 16th use of the. Isn't it? 16th use of the. Is that clear to you? Okay, very good. Now we can see, comparatively this is very simple. Only point is that you have to remember these simple things, isn't it? Others, for you people it is very easy, because as I always say, you are very intelligent people. Understand? Yes. So the next use is again very interesting. That is, comparative degree. Comparative degree. Tall, taller, tallest, isn't it? Small, smaller, smallest. Good, better, best. Which is the comparative better? Or you can also make comparative with more, isn't it? Beautiful, more beautiful. Good, better. Tall, taller. More. Isn't it? Yes. Now look at this. Look at this expression. The more you get, the more you get. The more you should give. You should give. See that? The more. The more means comparative. The plus comparative. That is repeated. So the more you get, suppose you get 1,000 rupees, then you should give 900 rupees to the poor people. 100 rupees is enough for you. Isn't it? Like that. So the more you get, the more you give. See, or you can say, the harder you work. The harder you work, the greater is your reward. The greater is your reward. Again, the plus comparative. Here also the plus comparative. So that is a special use. That is the plus comparative. The plus comparative. The more you get, the more you should give. The harder you work, the greater is your reward. Understand? Then the more you eat, the greater is the risk. The greater is the risk of what? Obesity. Fats. Obesity. Risk of becoming obese. That is fat. So you have seen, no? Some people are only 6 years old, but they weigh 100 kilos. So if you go on eating, eat. Like this. Then you cannot move around. That is obvious. So the more you eat, that is only one condition, isn't it? The more you eat. Understand that? Now, the more you sleep, then what will happen to you? The greater will be your relaxation. Like that. So the more. Or the greater, the better. The way of expressing that is the plus comparative. So these are good examples for that. Understand? Okay. Now the 18th use is when you speak about the inhabitants, say for example, Indians live in India. So what happens is you are thinking of the inhabitants of a country as a whole. So we have to say the Indians. See that? The Indians live in India. But if we say the Indians are hardworking, that will not work. There we have to say Indians are hardworking. Indians are hard working. Why? Why should you say, why do you use the here? And why don't you use the here? Here you are using because you are thinking all the Indians live in India. But when you say Indians are hardworking, all the Indians may not be hard. Some are hardworking, some are lazy, some are working, some are not at all working, some are always sleeping. So you are thinking of them different as different people. When you think of the inhabitants of a country as a whole, then you have to use the with that plural noun. It's a plural noun. The Indians live in India. All the Indians live in India. That's why we are called Indians, isn't it? Yeah. Then you will ask, what about the Indians who are there in New Zealand, in Australia? They are Indians, but they don't live in India. They are, we call expatriates. They are migrants. No? Yes. Indians live in India. They are, we call migrants. Isn't it? Yes. Yeah. The Indians, for argument we can say, the Indians live in India, but Indians are hardworking. Understand? Let's say the same thing we can say. The Italians are, you cannot say now all Italians are, the Italians are white people, we can say. White. Italians are whites, it's white people. All the Italians are white people. Isn't it? So they are, by nature it is like that. But when you say Italians are swimmers, you cannot say the Italians are swimmers. That means all the Italians are always in the, either in a river or in a sea or in a canal or somewhere. No. Some of them are swimmers, some of them are singers, some of them are football players, some of them are volleyball players. You understand that? So this is very interesting to note. Sir. Interesting in the sense that if you are using a plural noun, meaning the inhabitants of a country as a whole, then use the, otherwise not. Listen, Indians read newspaper. You cannot say the Indians read newspaper because some Indians read newspaper, some Indians read magazine, some Indians don't read at all. Did you get that idea? Yes? Very good. In that case, it's okay, fine. So we come to, we can say, a kind of a pause here. We have got 18 different places where you have to use the definite article. Let's see, I told you already, the general idea, if you have the general idea of using the definite article, there is one general idea. What is that? If anything you think is particular, if you specify anything, see that is the thing, specify. If you say something is different from others, some difference, then you can use the. You should use the, because the very purpose of the English language is specifying. I told you, the red colored shirt stand up. Red colored shirt means the boy wearing red colored shirt. Not the others, we don't consider the red color. What is it? The cleverest boy, Joey, stand up. He's the cleverest boy. So that is, we are specifying that, particularizing that. That is a general idea of this. Understand? Go through all the 18 points that we have considered, then you will see that it's about generally speaking. When you generally speak about something, you need not say, you need not use the generally. Understand? But when you say particular things, specific, then you have to use the. Is it okay? More exercise we will be doing, and I told you, I gave you another exercise. a kind of reverse exercise we can see. When you find the plus a noun, take it out. See, sir, write it in your notebook and then think, why is the used here? And then you think of all these 18 points will come to you. And find out why. If you answer that, that is the best way to remember the use of the. Understand? So see you again for another session, and that will be more interesting than this. Let's hope so. Till then, bye bye.